Hey guys, Alienfantom here, and I have just finished the second season pass, and I still have 51 days to go, so I didn't even take an entire 2 weeks. It didn't take me an entire 2 weeks to get the season pass done, so they should still have all the areas open for the season pass. Because Wildworks even said that they're leaving every area completely open for 2 whole weeks as people do the season pass, so people who are early birds can get it done right away. And then if you get it like after the 2 weeks, then well, it's gonna take you a bit longer to get some things done, but in all honesty, I don't really feel like it will. Because I didn't have a lot of challenges that required me to go into specific areas for certain things. Like, there was a few of them for harvesting, but it really wasn't that much of that. And currently, you can do the season pass without completing every single challenge. Because if I bring up mine, I still have, like, I didn't even finish these three. These three I was working on. Doing these rock flip ones, do not worry about them because I only did 3, and I finished my season pass already. And that was even with me holding off on doing things till I was able to live stream with the season pass, so. But yeah, I got all of these. There is a lot of trading ones, as you can see, but there's also a lot of just opening up chests and, wearing items, which I think is nice, because I don't think wearing items was an option in the last season pass for certain ones. So, and then there's also the selfies that you take, and those are really simple. And if you don't know where places are, you just go on Fer.al archives, and for the new update post that they did, they have a map of where every single place is located that you need to take selfies at. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it didn't even take me a total 2 weeks to finish this, so it's pretty easy. I kind of am upset about how easy it was though, because with last season pass, it took me a while to get it completely finished, and this one was just done in a flash. So now I have nothing to work for. I wish there was more long-term goals, like, let me bring it back up. Like, how they have these long-term goals, I like. I didn't even bother trying to do this one. I started to, I got like this much, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna end up getting likes anyway while I play, so I'm not even gonna bother with it, and I didn't even finish it. And that one was 35, I forget what these are called. I did get the 100 lockpick quest, and I noticed when people do the 100 lockpick one, if you put in 100 lockpicks, it still only shows 99, and people that don't understand that, even if there is 100 lockpicks that you're giving them, they will cancel trades, because that happened to me when I went to help someone. So in order to keep people from getting confused, or to keep people from thinking that you're stealing lockpicks from them, just do 2 trades of 50 lockpicks. Simple as that. That's what I did. Someone ran over to me and did the trade, and I gave them 5 extra lockpicks for helping me out, because that was literally the second to last quest that I had to do. I forget what the last one was. Actually, will it show the last? We're a rare worm, royal worm, which I had. That was the last one. I remember that. It's not in that order though, but yeah. That was the 100 lockpicks. It gives 50. So if you get that one, definitely do it. Just ask people to trade you 50 lockpicks twice, because it's a lot safer for everyone that's involved to get it done. And there's a lot of quests that are like super simple that give 10 or more lockpick, or 10 or more points. And then some like this one where it just talk to a person, where it doesn't give you that many. And they have the crafting ones again, which I like because it kind of puts more of a need to use the items that you have. So, yeah. Now we do have, what is it? Do we have 4 or 5 animals? We have 5 animals now. Wow. This is gonna start getting really hard to do these videos, especially since I show each item on every animal. So, yeah. I'm gonna start by just going on all my main animals and just removing every weird piece. I think last time I did this, I didn't even customize the dragon. So here's my one dragon look for anyone who hasn't watched the live streams that I do. But yeah, starting with the dragon. For the season pass, Tier 1 will give you 3 lockpicks for free. Tier 2 will give you 500 likes for free. And then Tier 3 will give you the wedding veil. And that is not part of the free pass. And this is how it looks on the dragon. For number 4 on the season pass, we have the dragon mouth sauce. This is what the dragon mouth sauce looks like. It's actually a pretty big bottle when you take it into consideration. Yeah, I have, my jackalope is as tall as it can get. So, and it's the same size as my jackalope, so that bottle is huge. That's like 10 times bigger than what I was expecting it to be. For number 5, we have the Blood Tundra common ingredients, and this is part of the free pass. I do not believe last time any of the ingredients packs were part of the free pass, and I believe all of the common ingredients are currently part of the free pass, which is really nice because it ends up being a lot less farming that you have to do in total. So even if you aren't a big fan of anything you get on the free pass, I would still do it just for the common ingredients, because that's a lot less farming you have to do. So if you see something in the store that you really want, or if you're trying to get a Enigma, or not Enigma, a Eureka, then you just go to the store and you can make it, because you're gonna have 900 of them, like not of each ingredient, but you're gonna have like at least almost 100 of each ingredient. So I think you get like 50. I don't remember exactly how many of each you get, but it's a good handful. And because of things like this, I honestly haven't needed to like farm any common ingredients for a long time. So it's pretty nice. For number 6 on the season pass, you get the industrial gas lamp. And I feel like this goes very well with the Twiggle Builder set of the industrial building, not building pieces, industrial furniture pieces. But I do not believe I have any to show it with the set. But it's kind of cool that they are adding parts to sets that already existed. But I also kind of don't like it because I feel like it'll lead to confusion of how to get certain items. Because I feel like next season, when someone goes and joins the game, they might think that you can get this item by playing Twiggle Builders, because it is a industrial item which all the other pieces are also called industrial, and then what it is. This is the industrial light, and this is how it looks lit. I actually really like this. I'm not a big fan of the industrial set, and one of my biggest fears is that I might accidentally trash this because it is part of the industrial set, and I don't typically keep them because as much as I like steampunk kind of stuff, the industrial set to me really just looks like sink piping, and I'm not a big fan of that look. It just kind of looks eh. But this I can get behind. I love the little blue flames. I wonder if you can change their color. Let's see. So I believe you can change the color of the flames. Let's just see. I need a color I have a lot of. I'll use the bubblegum pink. Yep, if you change that color, it changes the color of the flames. That's pretty awesome. So that's really nice. This could be a really nice piece in someone's house. And I love that it has a sound effect. Like, listen to that fire crackle. So good. I think I like this piece a lot more than I did before, seeing how it lights and also hearing the sounds from it. I love when house items, like, give off sound, because it makes it feel more authentic, because houses aren't ever dead silent. Houses always have sounds, even if it is just, like, the burning of fire, an air conditioner. Like, there's always some kind of sound in a house, even when there's no one awake and moving about in it. For tier 7, we have the wedding top hat, which goes with the wedding veil. And it looks like this on the animals. I like how this hat so far on all the animals sits off-center, like it's slightly tilted to the side. I think it gives it a really nice, just like, look to it. To be completely honest, I think the top hat on the werewolf is probably my favorite thing. I wish these ears didn't clip with it that much, but there's a bunch of other ears that you can use for the werewolf, and they probably won't clip nearly as bad. But surprisingly, there's only 2 items for the wedding set, and it's just a top hat or a veil. Maybe later they will have dress pieces and suit pieces? Who knows? For tier 8, you get these zing chips. Crispy pepperfly flakes make these crispy chips spicy even before you add salsa. And I do apologize, I did realize that I forgot to read any of the descriptions of these. I can't remember if I did before, but this is part of the free pass, so once again, you'll get these, which is pretty nice. Now, I showed these chips off before while I was live streaming, but they're a pretty big bag of chips. Once again, the food items kind of are dwarfing the animals in this game, which I don't feel like the food items from last season pass dwarfed the animals as much as the current items. Maybe they'll fix it, who knows, but it just kind of, it's a very big bag of chips for something that looks like a single bag that now looks more like a family-size bag. For tier 9, you get the Shredding Enigma, And that is a clothing item, and I will show you what that item looks like now. So the Shredding Enigma gives you the Fel guitar, and it looks like this. This is actually the second guitar they added, because right before the season pass, you could make an Enigma that made the, I believe it was the Swamp guitar. And this one is definitely a pointier guitar. The other one was a lot more rounded and looked more made out of nature, even though this does have its very naturey looks. But yeah, it's very cool, so if you ever want a rock star character, there you go. This looks really cool with my Kitsune's look. Like, it just kind of fits perfectly. Like, she looks really cute, but I feel like she could be like an adorable little rock star. I kind of want to do that now. And of course, the guitar looks kind of really awesome with the werewolves. For tier 10, you get the Heart Locket. Store a photo of your one true love or one true pairing, whichever you prefer. So this is what it looks like on the animals. Sadly, there is no back to it, so if it doesn't quite touch the neck or get hidden by fluff, it's very obvious that it's just a floating necklace that gets cut off. Which, on some of the animals, looks okay, but on others, it doesn't look as good. But it is very cute. And I do apologize for not showing what these items look like in different colors. It's gonna take a lot of time with all these extra animals, so I'm just trying to simplify it a bit, because last season pass took me like 4 hours to finish recording. I don't want this one to be that long, so sorry. See, on the jackalope, the fluff kind of hides where it gets cut off at, so it looks a lot better on the jackalope. This would have been a nice piece during the jackalope season pass, because it actually looks like a piece that goes well with them, to where a lot of items with the jackalope did not fit on the jackalope well at all. But this is actually a piece that fits better on the jackalope than I think it will on most of the other animals. Well, it kind of gets hidden too on the kitsune, because it goes straight into the chin fluff. And it gets hidden a little bit on the senri, but not as well on the jackalope or kitsune. And it 100% gets hidden by the werewolf. It's kind of cool is that it actually is going behind some of the fluff, so it makes it look like it's actually on the werewolf's neck. So this is an actual really good werewolf piece, but it's kind of small and feels like it can be easily hidden. So that kind of stinks. Tier 11 is another free pass item, and is the Fruity Chewy. These popular candy chews come in all your classic fruit flavors: Myromelon, Bogberry, even Elder Guava. Guva? I don't know exactly how to say that. So, this is the Fruity Chewy bar. It's still pretty big, especially since there's 2 pieces right there. And yeah, those pieces would be one whole mouthful for this werewolf. And yeah, my werewolf's like one of the smallest that you can have. For tier 12, you get the pocket watch. If only you had a pocket to house such a stately piece of portable clockwork. Now, if you guys want me to do all the different color areas like I did before, I can definitely do that then, because I'm not doing it this time, unless if I have like a question like, can I change those little triangles? Then I might do it, like how I did for the fire on that, because it's really cool when you can change something like the fire's color. Oh my. The pocket watch is massive on the werewolf. All the other ones, it seems to be the exact same size for them. But holy guacamole is that big on them. That's almost comically big. The thing's like bigger than the wolf's head. You can see the time from like a mile away on that thing. For tier 13, you get the lake root common ingredients. You get 900 of them for free. For tier 14, you get the eerie hat. Why is this hat guarding that key? And who is it guarding it from? And why are you sweating so much? That's kind of cool. You can still see the antlers, horns, whatever you want to consider those, from my dragon going through its mouth. You could probably do something really cool with that, especially if you shrunk the horns so they weren't so visible. I don't know, that'd be kind of cool. Oh, there's the key that they were talking about. I didn't even see that before. This kind of is like a really nice Harry Potter spooky witch kind of hat. It's really cute too. Like it's just like a ah. For tier 15, you get 3 free lockpicks. For tier 16, you get the Puffy Poke juice box. For little Fer.alins, finding one of these sugary drinks in your school lunch is always the best surprise ever! Oh my. I don't know what little like baby Pharaoh character would be able to put this in their lunchbox, because like those lizards that are like super tiny, even compared to like the regular animals that you start out with, this is like half that thing's size. I don't. This juice box is way too big, definitely. For tier 17, you get the Fer.al glasses. These City Ferris stained glass inspired glasses are like a kaleidoscope for your face. A little hard to see out of, though. They are slightly glass-like. Oh, if I zoom in, it doesn't help. They got like a glass shadow that goes over them. So that's pretty nice. It's got like the rat wall-esque arch in it, which is pretty cool. I hate to say it, but this is kind of one of those ridiculous pieces that I don't ever think I'll see anyone use, unless if they have like a very specific look for it. Like maybe a steampunk look I could see these being used, but like that's the only thing I could see these being used, or like a crazy scientist. But also, if you wanted a steampunk or crazy scientist look, I think there is goggles you can get in the game, and I think I have a pair or two. For Tier 18, there's the Royalty Enigma. It makes the Princess Rose sleeves, which look like this. They are very, very puffy. And they got little pearls on them too. For Tier 19, it is again part of the free pass, and it is 950. Wow, 950? Okay, with that in mind, it almost makes me think that there is 500 items that you get for each of the common ingredients, because I believe the other one just said 900. Yeah, 900. 900. Alright. There must be like one different Mugmire Marsh item. For Tier 20, you get 1,000 likes for free. It is part of the free pass. And then Tier 21, you get the Werewolf, which I believe is 4 tiers sooner than the Jackalope. I think the Jackalope was at Tier 25, if not it was Tier 23. I can't quite remember right. But yeah. Unlock the form of the werewolf. To deny feeling is only to postpone it or prevent it. Let it move through you, then move on. Who said you'd need a moon howl? So I will show you the werewolf with the beginning items. So yeah, there's your werewolf. At Tier 22, you get Chibident toothpaste. The white strip in the toothpaste is made of special formula used to strengthen enamel. The red stripe is just for fun. And that is part of the free pass. So this is the bottle of toothpaste. It's kind of really big. That thing of toothpaste is like as big as his head. For Tier 23, you get the Scaled Shoulder Pauldrons. Scales and bones, forged from a once mighty, now defeated beast. This is what they look like on the dragon. And it's kind of funny because I actually feel like these are dragon scales, because the scales remind me a lot of the dragon statue in Mugmire. Tier 24, you get 15 lockpicks, and that is part of the free pass. Now, Tier 25, you get the Dark Ornate Throne. So fearsome and impressive, you'll never want to scream, "To the dungeon with them!" anywhere else. I have one issue with this. Look at these. Pretend you didn't just see the image that I sent you. Which one is from the Season Pass? My biggest problem with this is that these are almost identical, and in all honesty, I like the original one better. Yeah, this one has these like nice little stripes, but this one just looks better in general. These would almost be mistaken for each other if you couldn't see anything in the room. Because their silhouettes are just so close to each other. Yeah, they're different silhouettes, but they're still so close. And you can still get this one. Granted, there's a lot better things on the season pass, so even if you don't like this one item, it should not deter you from getting the season pass if you want the werewolf in the sanctuary that comes with it. But just, this is the only thing that makes me upset about this season pass. But yeah, I'm sorry for ranting. I don't like this, and I don't think they should do something like this again. For tier 26, you get Cake Hat, which is a hat that is a slice of cake, as you can see. When you want to save that sweet slice for later, but you also want to brag about having it. This is what it looks like on the dragon. It is, very tilted. I would be afraid of it falling off. I feel like with the, waitress set that there is, I feel like this would be a really nice addition. And it's very well detailed. I love the sprinkles, and it's got it's darker here and then it fades to a lighter color very gently. So when you scroll out, it just has such a nice look to it that makes it look kind of more realistic than how it would have been if it was just one solid color. I kind of wonder if I can turn this into a strawberry cake, so I might do that. Wow, looking up close at it, you can really see the detail that went into it with the coloring and stuff. And seeing this also really makes me wish that there was a rainbow color option. And also that you could color these two layers different colors because it's only one layer. It would be really nice if you could color them both different layers. Is there a lighter pink? No. You could turn this into red velvet cake though if you wanted to. Get that nice dark red. White frosting. Oh, I noticed whatever color this is the color of those pieces. There you go, red velvet cake. Or blood tundra cake, if you wanted to. I don't know if I want to eat a blood tundra cake. It would probably taste like guts. But yeah, I really like this piece. I wish there was a rainbow dye that would just let you fade the colors of the rainbow, because that would be perfect for the inner cake piece or for the outer piece. I don't know about you, but rainbow cake with rainbow sprinkles would be amazing. Just saying. For tier 27, you get Werewolf Bowed Head. Let your creature take form, unlock a head mod for the werewolf. This is the bowed head, and as you see, when you put this head on, compared to the normal head, it actually completely changes the werewolf stance, which is pretty cool. Let me go back to the old head, because I just realized I never showed off all the emotes for the werewolf, which was something that I wanted to do. So this is a sleep emote. It's pretty cute. The eyes don't close, they just continue to blink. Here's... oh. That is the yawn emote. The sit emote, which I showed earlier. Everyone agrees that the sit emote for the werewolves is kind of awkward. But, whoops. You also gotta take it into consideration. Werewolves are humans that turn into wolves. So, it kind of makes sense that they would sit like a human. It's also kind of weird. their mad emote. So there is currently a thing that when you use the mad emote, you do a howl, but if someone else uses the mad emote also when they're a werewolf, your howls will not both go at the same time. It'll only be the first howl that's howled that anyone will hear, which is kind of sad. But there is a few different howls. And they got kind of like a really spooky ghost sound to them. And like a burning fire in the background. Okay, so I think there's only 2 howls. This is the excite. He just kind of like twiddles his fingers evilly, like, yes! The sad. I think I have his arms too long. Let me fix that. Let's try that, sad emote again. Yeah, because he's supposed to hold his head. If you have his arms too long, he doesn't do it right. And then you got the flexing. Then lastly, they have their plate. And they huff and they puff, and it would be kind of cool if they could actually blow something down. It does kind of sound like there's 2 different sounds for that. So yeah, Horrible's pretty awesome. I feel like of all the heads, this one makes the whole body look way different than all the other ones do. It's just kind of like... It's kind of weird. It is... A lot of people are using it as a more cutesy head because it's bigger. It also kind of just reminds me of a Digimon. For tier 28, you get Chibident Toothbrush. Every creature on Fer.al should brush at least twice a day, maybe more if you have multiple rows of teeth. And this is part of the free pass. So you get your toothpaste and then your toothbrush. You're all set for brushing your teeth. And since brushing your teeth, you need the toothpaste also. Showing them both together. You got the little brush and then the little toothpaste. They're not very little since they kind of make the werewolf dwarfed, but even though it is, I made this werewolf as short as it can be, like as tiny as it can be. So yeah. For tier 29, you get the powdered wig. This wig goes well with lavish gowns, hip panners, and the moist of cakes. Moistest. It is a very, very big wig. And it kind of looks like an apple, so if you wanted a giant apple on your head, there you go. And it also kind of looks like Cinderella's carriage, too. It's kind of very strange. It's very square, too. I think it would have done a bit better if there was, like, something extra in the back, like just these little curls that are off on the side. Just, like, maybe 1 or 2 of them on the back of it, but oh well. Oh my gosh, it is such a massive piece on the animals. I, once again, wish they would have put, like, a curl behind it, because it is very, like, it's pretty much a 2-dimensional image. It only really looks good when you see it straight on, because the moment that you see it from the side, or behind, you're like, ah, that's not as good. Surprisingly smaller on the kitsune. For tier 30, you get the Sunken Thicket home. Nest in the mystical aurora of the Sunken Thicket with this thicket-themed dwelling. So I'm going to change the house to the Sunken Thicket one. And just put everything so far that we are getting for house items inside of this one until we end up getting a set of items that ends up being way too big, and I will have to go back to my castle. Okay, so I did go and apply to make the inside of this house bigger, so we can use it for, all of the items, unless if I just absolutely hate the music inside, because I believe the music inside and outside are two different musics. But I'm digging this light sound that it's got. These glowy mushroom bush things make this place look insanely beautiful. And I would love to see the Sunken Thicket house upgraded the whole way. You can jump on top of it. I wasn't actually sure if I could do this. So this is kind of cool. Let me just There's thunder. That's really cool. I wish you could jump out onto the outer islands and decorate them. This music is so nice. It's got these nice little windows. Alright, let's go inside. Oh, I love that the door isn't like straight in the middle. Is that what the inside of the house is gonna look like? Ooh, it is! The ceiling doesn't look like how that one's ceiling is. Hopefully, eventually we can pick a ceiling for the buildings. But I love this floor. My gosh, it's so beautiful. And the walls are really cool too. So, yeah, it is very cramped, as you can see, because even my tiny wolf looks like it doesn't have a lot of living space right now. I've got 14 seconds till this room gets upgraded, so let's continue with the season pass. So for tier 31, you get the Eerie necklace. Why does this design look like a skull? And why does it look so angry? And why is your heart beating so fast? This is how it looks on the dragon. I don't know what it is with the default jackalope head, but almost every neck piece ends up looking really nice on it. For tier 32, you get the Prickly Enigma. It turns into the Succulent color, which is a really cute looking succulent plant design color. And honestly, I'm not too big on the colors in this game, but this is one of my favorite. I did consider changing my jackalope's color that they normally have to this, but then I kind of changed my mind because I like the other one more, because it's got more of these green gems hanging off of it. This would go perfectly though with this outfit of hers. Or, not outfit, but with her markings. And like all the colors for the werewolves, it's kind of really big. But you could definitely make this look like a flower if you wanted it to. Like, you just got a little flower wolf. For tier 33, you get the werewolf fiendish ears. The fiendish ears look like this, which I feel like just add on to the whole Digimon look of this wolf. For tier 34, you get the Bub Bob shampoo. If you're looking for thick, luscious fur on a budget, this shampoo is the perfect product for you. It is part of the free pass. It looks like this. So it's a pretty big shampoo bottle. There's nothing on the back, just the design on the front. It really reminds me of those Japanese sodas. I believe they're called Ramoons. That's exactly what this reminds me of, just with a soap pump on the top of it. Because they have like this light baby blue design on like the original ones. For tier 35, you get the slate dye, which you can also get in the dye shop. The cold tone of concrete business complex, or my mother-in-law's heart. Oh, I love some of these, like, just the little word blurbs that they have on these are so funny sometimes. So we're bringing back the trusty artist palette. Oh, I think it was slate dye. So this is how this color looks. And it is a cool dye like all the dyes before for the season pass. If you would like a comparison of color, that's the off-white with the slate, and that's the white with the slate. I want to point out that the main difference I see with the off-white and the white is that the white glows and the off-white does not. And then the slate is just a slightly darker color. I feel like the slate is a much better color for like a bone color. For tier 36, we have the ballroom furniture set. Announcing the exquisite ballroom furniture set. This one I'm definitely going to have the room expanded. So we're gonna walk out, see how the house looks so far, and then walk back in and see how it looks after it's expanded. So this is what the house looks like now. And I feel like it got a bit bigger. I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe it didn't. But I know the houses do typically get bigger the more you make them bigger. So, oh, I don't have enough stone. Never mind. I was gonna just keep building it while I was recording. But, can't. So, now the room is a lot bigger, as you can see. So, this is the ballroom set. This is the fireplace. Oh, it has an actual fire. Wait, can we change the color of this fire? I want to see if we can change the color of the fire. It does not appear like you can change the color of the fire. Ah, such a missed opportunity. Oh well. But there's the fireplace. This lights up as well. I wonder. It has little lights on it. I'm gonna put this on the wall. There we go, that looks a lot better. This little chandelier. Let's see if this can have the fire change color. No. Doesn't look like you can change the color of the lights, but I actually really like this color combo I did for this. You could use this for like some kind of mystic or something. But that's the wall chandelier. Then we have this lovely little chair. And then we have this lovely sofa. Okay, so I'm starting over. This is the ballroom fireplace, of course. This is the ballroom wall chandelier. This is the ballroom armchair. This is the ballroom Chinese lounge. This is the ballroom circle sheet. Settee. I think it's settee actually. It's S-E-T-T-E-E. If you wanted to do a round of musical chairs, this is like the best seat for that. if there's only 5 people to start with. So this is the ballroom column. This is the ballroom drapes. This is the ballroom potted palm, like palm leaves. Oh, there's like a weird shadow effect that they have. Oh, you can see it on the ground even. I think it's just a texture mess up, because I don't think you're supposed to be able to see that shadow that it's putting off. This is the ballroom table. I feel like I said that right. And then this is the ballroom wall mirror. So yeah, that's all the pieces for the ballroom set. It's very nice, very fancy. I feel like the other fancy set from the last season pass, the one that I called wrong, like the wrong thing every single time, was kind of better, but I also like this one a lot too. Although I feel like this one is a bit too stripy, which is such a weird thing for me to say because I actually love stripes. I don't know. But I like it. I do like it. It goes really well with this house. Like, the colors almost match perfectly with it, which is kind of really nice, since you get them both in the season pass. For tier 37, you get Vampire Repellent. Be advised, may also repel non-vampires. So, this is the Vampire Repellent, aka Garlic, on your animals. I like how for the werewolf, especially for this one, it sags down, so it makes it kind of easier to see it. For tier 38, there is the Brody plushie. Unlike the real Brody, who is obviously 100% pure rock-hard muscle, this little bro is soft and squishy. Here's the little Brody plushie. It's very big, but I'm actually 100% okay with the Brody plushie being as big as it is, because it's a little stuffed animal. Oh, look at his little tail! That's so cute. Aw, he's just the cutest. Look at that little face. It's so cute. For tier 39, you get the Werewolf Jagged Horns. So this is how the jagged horns look on the werewolf. They're very tiny compared to the other horns. For tier 40, you get Strands of Lights. Take an unfortunate tangle and make it fashion. And this is part of the free season pass. As you can see, they're pretty decent sized. And they honestly look really nice. I'm definitely going to be wearing these during the Christmas time. I just kind of wish that they blinked. That would be the coolest if, like, they have 3 different colors, so one color at a time would blink. That would be absolute perfection. I might even put these on my kitsune because, once again, it's another item that goes kind of perfectly with the look. For tier 41, there's the Twixt Gnarled Amour. A sturdy, loyal Amour, just check your clothes for holes and tatters every once in a while. I like this, but I believe, like the throne, this is another piece that is literally just a slight redesign. There it is. So, You know how I was saying about how I was very upset that there was something in the season pass that looked almost identical to an item that you could get at Twigalia's shop? Here's the same situation. This is the one you get at Twigalia's shop, and this is the one that you get from the season pass. Now I want you to look closely at both of them, and you see this wood design and the shading and all that good stuff. There's like splotches here, so when you zoom out, it gives it a really nice look. And it's not just one solid color. Now let's take a look at this. Oh look, that design right there is the exact same. There's no wood texture whatsoever. It's actually very solid color. It barely has shading on it. And the only real difference you see is the door. So now that's 2 items. I actually forgot about this because I only remembered the throne before. But that's 2 items you can get in Twigalia's shop right now. So for tier 42, you get Crabberton. Oh, he sure is pinching. Guess he's here to stay. So this is what he looks like. And I actually did consider having him for my for this dragon's look, because let's face it, the whole concept of this dragon is to be like the beach side, and I think the whole time I'm at the beach, if I'm playing, I might play as the dragon just because. Oh, he's so tiny on the jackalope. I feel like with the kitsune, it's really like you're trying to shake him off your tail. But I'm gonna do that thing that I do, where I freeze it, because trying to look at things on the kitsune's tail while it wags is like the most, like, headache-inducing thing you can do. So yeah, there he is. For tier 43, you get a new avatar look slot for the werewolves. Shake your werewolf form as you see fit. Unlock another avatar look slot. For tier 44, you get the Scald plushie. Just like Scald would want, this plush is made of only the highest quality fabrics and stuffing, not suffering. What? I thought that said suffering. Oh my gosh. So this is a Scald plush. It's got a little tail. It's very cute. Zoom out a little bit more. There he is. Little cutie. For tier 45, you get the Stately hat. An abstract headpiece, sure to make a statement at your next soiree. So this is how it looks on the dragon. Honestly, that looks really cool. Especially with this headpiece, like, I love how it just kind of, like, goes straight down in the middle. If I didn't have this beach look for the dragon, I would definitely use this for the dragon, because it's just kind of like a really cool headpiece. Doesn't quite do the same thing on the jackalope, but still is a pretty nice piece. Once again, just kind of looks like a ship. For tier 46, you get the Sapphic Enigma, and it makes the Seraph earrings. These earrings are actually pretty close to the earrings that I already use on my jackalope, but kind of reverse, so they're kind of cool. For tier 47, you get the muscular legs for the werewolf. And this is what the muscular legs look like. For tier 48, you get the stately glasses. Accentuate your eyes with these bold sunburst flames. Now, this piece looks really nice. There's something about having arrows for eyelashes that just speaks to me. For tier 49, you get the violet dye. This dye is turning violet. So this is the violet. Whoops, I forgot to change that one's color. But that's how it pairs up against lavender, magenta. Oh, that is very pink. And let's see if I can happen to deep fuchsia. So it's like a very lighter color of the deep fuchsia, so if you wanted something to kind of be shaded, I would use the deep fuchsia as a shade color. Just kind of want to see how it pairs up with the light purple. Light purple almost looks white next to it. So yeah. We are halfway done, guys, and we are now at the tier 50 item, which is the Clother plushie. If you throw this plushie in the air, sometimes it will hover there for a moment, like Andrewlin Fawnlin himself. This is the only plushie that is part of the free pass, which is really nice, because it's my favorite one. The other two look very similar to each other, and this one's got a lot more going on with it. Now I am going to show all three of the plushies together, but there's the Brody one, and there's the... I forget the name of that one. And then there's the Fawnlin one. This one does not have a tail like the other two do, but he's got that lovely set of horns with the ears and the little bird on it. I love that there's a little bird on it. And then the drapes. So, yeah, even if you don't have the paid for season pass, I think this is a very nice item that they're giving out for free, which makes me really happy. These two are kind of almost completely identical. I know it's because they're both kobolds. Tier 51, you get a sanctuary look slot. Okay, they changed this, because before, whenever you had a look slot, from last season pass, it gave you 3 sanctuary look slots, and now it's just giving you 2 per sanctuary. It doesn't specify that it's for a specific sanctuary. But I only have 2 sanctuary look slots, and I could have sworn before I had 3 total, and now I only have 2 for every single house. So I'm a bit confused about this. Does this mean that, like, if I get a new sanctuary floor slot, it doesn't matter, it doesn't exist? For tier 52, there's the Discerning Exquisite Amore. This Amore can be a little picky about what it lets inside. Only the finest clothes and knickknacks. So this is how this looks, and I almost think this is part of a furniture set. So yeah, it matches slightly with the exquisite set from the item store, and I believe all of these pieces you can no longer get. It's got a very similar look to it. I don't know if it's part of the same set though. For tier 53, you get Blood Tundra cool ingredients, and you get 360 of them in total. For tier 54, you get the Tattered Outfit set. Threadbare, but more than nothing, the Tattered Outfit set. So these are all the pieces of the Tattered Outfit set. There is the hat, the shoulder pauldrons, the leg cuffs, the tattered scarf, and lastly the tattered tail ribbon, which I honestly really like the tail ribbon and the scarf. So these are what all the pieces look like together. Oh, something I didn't notice before on the other ones is that for the leg cuffs, one of them is all the way up here and the other one's scrunched down there. Okay. I didn't see the spider before. I looked at all these sets and never noticed. Like, I've looked at this set before on my jackalope and didn't even notice the spider. I actually think it goes inside the jackalope's head. I feel like this is the only animal that the spider wasn't inside of its head. Which tells me that, yes, that is, of course, spider webs, because there's the spider web and a spider coming off of it. And lastly, for the werewolf, which I feel like this is also a really good look for a werewolf. Maybe not this exact werewolf, but tattered clothes are kind of hand in hand with werewolves. For tier 55, you get the stately tail streamer. Complete your stately set with a dashing tail streamer. So that's how it looks on the dragon. I feel like this set in particular is going to look fantastic on almost every dragon that wears it. Ooh, that kind of looks awesome for the jackalope because it just sticks straight up. That looks kind of weird on the kitsune. I feel like if it is a piece that looks like that, it should be fitted more to be in line with the tail, and it should move with the tail instead of being so stiff. See, it's more in line with the Senri tail, but it still is extraordinarily stiff. I feel like it should move more with the tail. And it's still pretty stiff, but eh. For tier 56, you have the werewolf rankled tail. So this is the rankled tail, and I believe that is the complete second look for the werewolf. For tier 57, you get 2,500 free likes, because it is part of the free pass. Tier 58, you get the twinkling hat. The soft dipped dyed fabric of this hat has been, that says had, that's not me saying it wrong, this actually says had, there's a error right there, has been stitched with stardust beads to create a lovely ethereal effect. So this is the twinkling hat. It is one of my more favorite hats out of the group, but it's also kind of like super odd because it's like a witch's hat meets a top hat that just kind of gets sliced and then sewed together on the very tip. So it's a very interesting hat. I could see this being used for a lot of looks. For tier 59, there is the eerie armbands. Why are those armbands so tight, and why do they look like prison bars? And why do you suddenly feel so trapped? So these are the eerie armbands. Tier 60 is another free pass tier, and you get 15 lockpicks from it. Tier 61, you get the Twinkling Collar. Keep Starlight close to your heart with this daintily crafted accessory. Ooh, that's what it looks like on the dragon. And it looks really nice on the jackalope too. I feel like this is one of those necklaces that just looks nice on every character. Yeah, it's just one of those kind. Because that looks really nice on the kitsune too. They even made it work for the werewolf. It's got like this kind of, like I said before with the garland, how it looks like it droops down. For tier 62, you get the skeleton tree, which is kind of very comical looking. If you need help climbing this horrifying abomination, I'm sure somebody can lend a hand. It's a very tall tree. It's a bit too tall. We're gonna have to take this outside. Oh my gosh. This thing is taller than my house. But yeah. I kind of wish it moved. I kind of wish it would, like, do a dance. I feel like it should. Like, it's a skeleton tree. It needs to dance. It's got all those bones. It should... Please dance. I want you to dance. And you, Fer.al, Wildworks, please make the skeleton tree dance. I must see it dance. Can I climb this? Ooh. Okay. I don't think you can get on the upper part of it. Yeah, you can't. You can only be on this part. That's fine. For tier 63, you get the grizzled werewolf head. This is what the grizzled werewolf head looks like, and oh my gosh, is that scary looking. Like, that is some werewolf nightmare fuel. This is like how the werewolves' faces looked in, that Underworld movie. Just kind of like super scary. For tier 64, you have the Cyan dye. Cyan is like light blue's attention-craving younger sibling. So this is the cyan. This is the light blue. Baby blue. And any other light blue colors? Teal. So if you wanted to use cyan, teal would be a nice shading color, where the baby blue would be a nice highlight color. For tier 65, you have the Tundra Spindle column. A column like this one might help you find your way in a thick blood tundra blizzard. So this is what it looks like. It doesn't quite go to the roof, but it's still a nice piece. For tier 66, you get Lake Root cool ingredients, and you get 210 cool ingredients. For tier 67, you get the Twinkling Tails strands. Paint constellations across your tail with the delicate tail ornament. So this is the last piece of the Twinkling set. So once I show it on every animal, I'm then going to show the full set. So, something that I feel like some people didn't realize when they first got these Twinkling items for the Season Pass is that there was already a Twinkling item in the game. And it is the Twinkling bracelets. These are not part of the Season Pass, but I do believe they are part of the whole Twinkling set. Because not only are they the same color, but they do have white spots on them. They don't look the exact same as the current items, but they match well enough. And might I say that the whole Twinkling set looks very nice on my dragon. But if you want the Twinkling bracelets, you get them from playing with the Hex. For tier 68, there is the Lobe Enigma. I believe it lets you create the earwings, which are honestly kind of really cool, especially if you're going for a Halloween look. And I also feel like with these earwings, especially on the dragons, it really makes it look like that the dragons are flying with their ears. I really love how they look on the jackalope, so you best believe these are going to be part of my jackalope's Halloween look, because I'm going to turn her into a spooky tree for Halloween. But not till October. For tier 69, the werewolves get the raised ears. And these look like this on the werewolf. They do seem to clip a bit with those horns, especially on this head. They go straight through with the horns. For tier 70, you get the tasseled headpiece. The belts of this headpiece have been lavishly lacquered to look their best for years to come. This is how the tasseled headpiece looks on the dragon. Oh, there's even a part that sticks out behind it. I did not know that. For Tier 71, surprisingly enough, for the free pass, you will get the Skull Ottoman. Supported by the skulls of weary travelers who neglected to rest their feet while they were alive. This is what it looks like. Oh, it's just skulls all the way around. I thought it was just one skull in the middle, but it is just skulls everywhere. It's a pretty nice piece, I think. For Tier 72, there is the Mugmire Cool Ingredients, and you get 240 of these. For Tier 37, you get the Voyager Furniture Set. The world is at your fingertips with the Voyager Furniture Set. So, this is the Voyager set. Actually, let me, So, the Voyager Furniture Set, currently has a Voyager outfit that you can get in the store. I believe I have all the pieces. And also, this wallpaper and the floor are both part of the Voyager set, but you can buy them in the Twiggle shop. Which I'm very excited that not only can you have an entire just house or room dedicated to the Voyager set, which is obviously a Viking set, but there is also an outfit for it. And the little dragon on this matches the dragon that's on there, which matches the dragon that's on there. And I feel like that was having these pieces and the floor piece and then the whole outfit that you get was like a really good build up to the fact that this Voyager set was going to be in the season pass. And I absolutely love this Voyager set. So we have the bed, and as you can see, it's a nice fur covered. There's a skull, dragons on the side for doing your Viking thing. There is the Voyager chair, which once again, the dragons and fur. Then there is the Voyager sofa, once again, the awesome looking dragons and the fur. Then all the way over here, we have the Voyager table, which look at that design. Here, let me get off. Look at that awesome design. That is amazing. Then we have the Voyager dresser, once again, the dragons. We have this Voyager mirror, which got like these spikes and also the dragon. We'll run all the way over here. We have the lovely Voyager rug. We just lay down here. Yeah, look at how soft that rug is. It's so soft, your sensory just kind of sinks into it. And then we have this Voyager lamp, which I completely forget what it was actually called. But it is a dragon, and it has flames. And I'll see if we can change the color of the flames then. Then we have this Voyager shelf. And lastly, we have this Voyager footstool. Which once again, the lovely little white rug. Okay, it looks like you can't change the color of the flames itself, which kind of stinks. For a Tier 74, we have the tasseled collar. The finest tassels dangling from the collar are strung from a beautiful spider silk. So this is how the collar looks on the dragon. And seeing how this is the last of the items for this set, I will show how this looks on all of the animals and then show the full set. Now, something that I don't think anyone would have realized right away is that there is a third piece to the tasseled set. This piece and this piece are both from the season pass. But this piece, which matches perfectly with it, I actually feel like the orange on this is slightly off on the orange on these, but it is also named the same tasseled as the other two items. So it is part of the set, and matches perfectly with it. So this is the dragon with all three pieces. I think one of the best parts about this one, unlike the Twinkled set, is that yes, there's another free piece that you can get without having to earn it through the season pass. But unlike the Twinkled set where you had to earn that one piece from the game, you literally can just buy this from the shop right now. For tier 75, we have the werewolf imposing horns. These are what the imposing horns look like. They're the great big, like, deer horns, and honestly, I feel like they're my favorite set of horns out of all of them. Then again, I think it's just because I'm kind of a sucker for the deer antlers. For tier 76, you have the white die. Finally, none of this ivory or eggshell business. This die is the real deal. Hex value FF, baby! So this is the white color. And then, in comparison with the off-white, slate die. For tier 77, you have the groovy outfit set. Take your festival wares to the next level with this groovy clothing set. So you get 4 items in the groovy clothing set. You get the groovy glasses, the groovy headband, groovy leg band, and the groovy necklace. Once again, I have issue with the necklace because it just kind of cuts off, and for some animals, that looks fine. But for the dragon, it looks half-made. But I do really like this set. I wish there was like a tail piece. Maybe they might add a groovy tail piece to the shop later. Like, even if it was just like this, but on the tail, I think that would look really nice. Yeah, the necklace works better on the jackalope, but it needs to be brought up a bit because it's down too far, so it looks like it, at certain angles, it's fine looking, but at other angles, it looks like it just gets cut off. Now, with the kitsune, you also can't see it that much, but you can still see it. And I feel like because my kitsune is white, it's harder to notice that it just cuts off. For tier 78, you get the crystalline crown, a replica of the diadem worn by the Crystal Princess in the first Space Journey movie. So this is the crystal crown, and in all honesty, if I had to pick this or the final piece for the season pass, I would pick this as to be the final piece. This looks really nice. Like, this is such a nice, like, tiara-esque crystal headpiece. It is very large on the jackalope. For tier 79, you get 5,000 likes for free, part of the free pass that is. For tier 80, you get the werewolf wire tail. This is the tail, and as you see, it matches the fur for the head that I forget what it is called. For tier 81, you get the Blood Tundra rare ingredients, and you get 120 of them. For tier 82, you get the Osaga Enigma. So I was dumb and didn't realize that I already had a pair, so I made a second pair because I thought I didn't have them. Because I typed in Ogasa as Osaga. Because for some reason, every time I see the word Ogasa, my brain reads Osaga, which isn't right. My brain is dumb. For tier 83, there's the werewolf pitless legs. These are the pitless legs, and they are part of this whole set. For tier 84, there is the shattered hat. Looks like a spell built up so much pressure it popped the top of this poor hat. Tier 85 is the lacquered swirl table. Something about this table just simulates light, easy breezy conversation. Now, here's another one of those items that I'm not too fond about. Here's the lacquered swirl table, and here's the regular swirled table. And once again, I sit on the fact that the original swirled table looks better than the lacquered swirl table, which you get in the season pass. They are the exact same table. The only real difference is the design on top. At tier 86, you get the forest green dye. Hunters would use this dye on their fur to blend into green foliage, but it proved to be too icky. So this is the forest green dye, and if you compare it to the Viridania, the green dye, or the olive dye. Tier 87, we have the Nourishing Head, and this is the very last werewolf head mod. And this is the Gnashing Head. I kind of like it. For tier 88, you have the Lake Root rare ingredients, and you get 140 of them. For tier 89, you get the Bone Lamp, and it is part of the free pass, which is really cool, I think. If you're too frightened of the Bone Lamp, you can always blow out the candle and return to the pitch black darkness. Up to you. So this is the Bone Lamp. Oh, I didn't mean to turn it on, but now it's on. Oh, it is a little candle flame in there. It's pretty nice. Tier 90 is the Rapiclusius legs for the werewolf. That is a weird word. I have literally no clue what that means. These are the Rapiclusius legs. They're kind of like very thick paws. For tier 91, you get the layered hat. For that hat upon hat look without all the added weight. Now I'm gonna be honest, when I first saw the layered hat, I thought that the layers was like a bird beak, and then these spots were eyes. I thought it was a bird hat, and then it wasn't until I actually looked at it on a creature that I realized, no, it's literally just a hat on top of the hat on top of the hat. You can definitely see the layeredness to it a lot more on all these shorter animals. For tier 92, you get the Pointed Enigma. And the Pointed Enigma gives you the Arrow Peak flag pauldrons. For tier 93, you get the Cynosis tail for the werewolf. And this tail looks like this. So pretty much the whole werewolf set is a very droopy furred werewolf. For tier 94, you get the Mugmire rare ingredients, and you get 120 of these rare Mugmire Marsh ingredients. For tier 95, you get the Trippy hat. Dazzle and confuse your friends with this inscribably fashionable headwear. Yeah, I don't like this headpiece. It's just weird. Like, I know there's gotta be someone that's got this and totally has an idea of what they're doing with this thing, but I don't think I would ever use this. Oh, this looks worse on the rabbit. This one looks so much worse on the jackalope. You know what? I guess it would be a good gesture hat instead of the other gesture hat from the last season pass. Maybe if you colored it to look more like hair, you could be like, this is my weird space hair. At this point, I'm just really trying to convince myself that I want to like this hat, even though no part of me likes it. Tier 96, you get the barbed horns for the werewolf. These are some pretty sick looking horns. And not to mention, you get to pick more colors for them. There we go. That is awesome looking. For tier 97, you get the Wicked outfit set. Rise! Rise and take control with the Wicked outfit set. So these are all the items in the Wicked outfit set, and I know 2 of these look exactly the same, but like, they're not. Those are all of the items for the Wicked outfit set. Gosh, I really love this tailpiece. I'm going to use that tailpiece 100%. This is such a good set. I love that these tail pieces go inside of the tail, so like, it looks perfect. I wish the back pieces would actually go inside the back, but you know, can't have everything good in life. Ah, now to see how this looks in the scariest werewolf look. Because I really think this werewolf look is like the scariest one out of all of them. And yeah, it looks awesome. Tier 98, the absolute last free item from the free season pass, is the Eerie Tail Trinket. What is this lock protecting, and who has the key, and are they going to come after you? So this is how it looks on the dragon. Let me zoom out a bit so you can see it better. It is very tiny on the jackalope, and maybe it's because of my tail size, but it doesn't seem to actually be staying on the jackalope itself. On the kitsune, let me freeze that tail so you can actually see it on it, instead of trying to hurt your head staring at it. The Senri, it is a very tiny little lock. And on the werewolf. Now, the lock was the very last piece for the whole Eerie set. So here's all the Eerie items put together. And when you have the hat and the key, or in the lock, it kind of makes sense, because the hat's got a little key on the end of it, and then it's described, the arm pieces are described as prison bar cell walls things. So those 3 pieces kind of all go really well together. And this piece, doesn't seem to make as much sense, but it's still part of it. So I think this is a very nice jackalope set, because all the pieces seem to sit pretty well on the jackalope. I want them to bring the hats just slightly down more for them, because it can perfectly cradle its head, but I'm not too upset with it. Tier 99 is the werewolf sweeping ears. Now these are really nice ears. And for tier 100, the Ice Mantle. The delicate shards of this mantle were each shorn from a different glacier to create a strikingly frosty headpiece. So, are you guys ready for it? This is the tier 100 item, the big item that you're supposed to really want to work towards. That's it. That's the thing. I'm really disappointed in this. It's not that great of an item, especially for it to be the tier 100 item. There was several items in this pass that could have easily been the tier 100. But this is just, it's such a disappointing piece. I really think instead of them making a hat for the final piece, they should have made this like a tail piece. And it should have glowed and made like snow drift off of it. Just like had a cool like whimsical gentle flurry behind you when you walk. Because there's like, unless they would have done that, there's no way on earth anyone would pick this over the Renegade Horns. Never. Never in a million years would someone pick this over having the ability to wear the Renegade Horns. And it's just kind of sad that... Oh, I never took the lock off the tail. My bad. It's sad that they decided to pick another headpiece. What I want them to do is I want them to make a set that's not like officially named a set, and it takes pieces like you would take all the level 100 or all the tier 100 items after so many season passes have passed by, and you would have this wonderful, glorious, like glowing outfit. That would be the coolest thing. So it's really just shocking that this was the tier 100 item. They could have put the Twinkling Hat in the tier 100 items place instead of this Ice Mantle, and I would have been more okay with that. When people were saying that they got to level 100, none of them would wear the Ice Mantle. No person that was like, yes, I got to 100, put the Ice Mantle on after that. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry I ranted a whole lot in this, but I really do enjoy this season pass. It was a lot easier than the last season pass, and I am thoroughly upset that there's 3 items, 3, that are literal copies of in-game items that already existed. It would have been fine if those items were like extreme, extravagant versions of the other items, but they're very slightly redesigned. The only item that had an extreme redesign compared to the other one was the throne. Like that one, if you would look at the silhouettes would be different. But with the other two, they were straight up the exact same. My thoughts overall though, even though I'm very upset with this season pass compared to the last one, when you take into consideration of how much to buy one building is 300 star fragments. That's already 1/3 of the season pass's price, just for one building. And look at these mods that I didn't buy yet. These mods are all priced between 30 and 50. I believe the cheapest one was 20 star fragments, which you're thinking, yeah, that's not a lot, but there was more than one tail piece that was 50 star fragments. It was 300 for the dragon. So yeah, after I bought everything, I had 400 star fragments left. And then I bought a bunch of dragon mods and had 180 star fragments left. Which means I bought 220 star fragments worth of dragon mods, and I didn't even get them all. Like, I didn't get all of these. So in total, all the dragon mods costed a total of 400 star fragments. So if you take the 400 from just the mods themselves, plus the 400 from how much the dragon cost, plus the 300 of one sanctuary, your total of how much star fragments that all cost, all those things together, is 110 star fragments. The season pass only costs 900. So you save 300 star fragments for buying the season pass compared to if you were to buy all the items separately. And that's not including all the extra furniture and wearable items for your animals. That's just including one animal, all of its accessories, and one house. So if you take this all into consideration, and you really like the house, and you really like the animal, and you really, really, really want both of those, but you're not big on the other items, maybe you like one or two of the other items, it is 100% worth it to buy it in the season pass, because I almost feel 100% on the fact that by next season pass, or the season pass after it, they're going to bring back the jackalope, and you'll be able to buy the jackalope and buy Shattered Bay Sanctuary in the Astral Shop. I almost feel like it's guaranteed that they're going to bring them back into the Astral Shop, because people are going to get very upset. Like, the newer people that come in are going to be very upset that they can't play as these creatures that have existed in the game for a while. So either every 3 season passes, they're going to put one of the old season pass animals in the store, or they're not. I feel like it's going to be every 3 season passes. I'm not 100% sure on that, but my gut's telling me that's how they're going to do things. And if they do it that way, I'm completely fine with that. Because what that means is, if you don't want all those extra items from the season pass, or you don't want both the animal and the sanctuary, or you only want the sanctuary, it's more worth it for you to just wait till the animals appear in the Astral Shop, or wait till the sanctuaries appear in the Astral Shop, and then get them. If you want them both, it's more worth getting the season pass, because then not only do you get those animals and the sanctuary, but you get a whole bucket ton of extra free stuff with it. It's like getting rewarded for buying a discounted version of the 2 items together with all the parts. That's what the season pass is like. I'm sorry this rant went on for a while, but for all the people that are constantly bashing the season pass and saying that it's not worth it, and that they hate that they have to spend their money in the game to get things, the season pass is 100% optional. You're not being stopped from the gameplay at all to do it. It just gives you more options for more looks. You still have the 2 animals that you start with. And to people who are very upset about it, think of it this way. WildWorks isn't making you pay at all to play this game. This game is 100% free. The Astral Shop is the only part that you have to pay for, but if you buy the season pass, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden now there's a whole bunch of game features that no one else can do except for you because you bought the season pass. No. You still can do all the same things that everyone else can do. Just now you have a new animal and a new building that you're in, and a few new items. And WildWorks is only making money off of the stuff. Whoops. They're only making money off of the stuff that they sell in the Astral Shop. That's the only way that they're making money. Well, 1,000 star fragments is it's almost $12, I think. These cracked horns only cost you 40 cents. Yeah, 40 cents is a lot of money. Especially when you consider it's only a pair of horns that you're getting. But you play the game completely for free. All the stuff you do in the game, you can do completely for free. all the mini games, all the stuff that you can buy in the stores, all the enigmas that you can find the sketches for, all the Eurekas you get, the sanctuary that you have when you start, the items that you can put in your sanctuary that you acquire from the games or from collecting items or from creating are for free. This is how they make their money off this game. If you're upset that a company that is making a game that is completely for free, that there is optional things to do in the game, it's dumb. Don't be upset about that. Unless you want the game to never exist. Unless you want the game to never get out of open beta. Don't be upset that they put a store in there to fund the people that work for them, to pay the people, so those people can take care of their families and eat food. Don't be upset about the Astral Store. It's such a dumb thing to be upset about, because it's not like how Animal Jam was, where you literally couldn't play like 90% of the game unless you paid money to. And when you think of it, they're only getting like 11-ish, 12-ish dollars per person every 2 months. They're gonna get one big check every 2 months. Because most of the time, when the season pass comes out, people buy it as soon as it comes out. Yes, there's still gonna be people buying it throughout the time that the season pass is going on. Last season pass, there was someone that literally bought the season pass like 2 days before it was over. And then they were really upset that they did that. But that was your fault for not paying attention to when it... Because it says, even if you don't pay for the season pass, even if you did pay for the season pass, it says 51 days remaining till it's over. So, what I'm trying to say is, if you want the house and the animal, get the season pass. Simple as that. Those items might come back in the Astral Store at some point. And that's not even guaranteeing that all of their parts that you get in the season pass are staying with them. They might only start out with the first 2 looks, like how the dragon did. And then the extra looks are going to cost extra star fragments. So if you want all the look for your animals, and you want the sanctuaries, get the season pass. It's better that way. Not to mention, you get a bunch of extra furniture and clothing items. Don't be upset about the season pass not being that great. Well, like, you can be upset. You are spending money on it. But still, the 2 big highlighted items, the werewolf and the sanctuary, the Sunken Thicket Sanctuary, are absolutely fantastic. And those 2 items alone make it worth it while. And please don't be too upset about the Astral Store and being able to pay real money for things. These people have to eat somehow. They're working on this game. There's new items in this game almost every single day. There is, at least 3 new items in the world, like in the Expanse, every 3 days. Every 3 days, there's 3 new items in the Expanse. And almost every single day, there's a new item in either Twigalia's store, or I forget the Deer Dude store, but the clothing store. Not to mention, they are making quests and making stories. There's constantly new content in this game. It is a constant flow of new content. Yeah, if you're someone like me, you only play like every 3 to 4 days, but that's because there's new stuff in the game every 3 days, so it makes you keep coming back. There's always something to do in this game. There's always new items to want to get. There's always new sketches that you want to find, to make new enigmas, to make new items. So yeah. Sorry for this non-stop rant. I'm most likely going to shorten this extremely, because I have rambled on for way too long. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry for all my anger in this video. My next one will most likely be very cheerful compared to this. Also, sorry it's been so long since I posted an actual video, and I didn't just do a live stream. Bye-bye! Hope you enjoyed! Sorry I was angry half of this.